Hello. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How's it going? Make sure I've got everything set up. It's Friday, 5:01 p.m. Was I late? I pressed start when it was still 5 o'clock my time, so. I did see a cool Foxy. $2 donation before stream even started. Thank you. Very kind. How was everybody's week? Bunch of people in chat already. A cool Foxy, of course. Creep 2. Random Enjoyer. Government of Germany. I'm not checking. Neon Guy. P Creeper Studios. Cookie Water. F. Smith. Froglord. Neon Guy. Srinivasa. Pyro. Geppinzer Krieg. Elvis. Elvis is back. Glue. Mijin Kanal. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but welcome. Every time I stream, it seems like there's a couple new people. Laura Canning, United Kingdom, Sam, Flag Area Official, Lighter, Pancake, Da, Toast, Nightbot, of course. Shout out to Nightbot. Nightbot decides to do its job whenever it feels like it. Mr. Titanic. Degen. I sound quite like Canada Ball. I don't know who that is. But I do the voices for Canada in our shorts, our videos. Red, Huge Smoky, Haha, Face Off Show, Rugged. Angus Haggard. Square Up Tune. Sick Banana. Stupidity Stuff. Noob Plays. Kingdom of Morocco. A lot of people. Yeah, so we'll draw what you guys, suggest today. I'll stream for a little while. I have a lazy Friday. We'll watch some of our videos and stuff. First, Pancake, $5 donation. Draw a mini Canada ball eating a giant version of your profile picture, like someone suggested. A mini Canada eating a giant version of your profile picture. So it's like reverse of what I've already drawn, right? Where did I draw it? You want a mini Canada eating... Okay, I could do that really quickly, easily. Let's do that first. So mini Canada eating... Here, we'll put it on this canvas. Mini Canada eating the pancakes. Okay, so we're gonna draw Canada first. Draw Canada a lot. What do you guys like Canada's character in Polandball? I really like Canada's character. I mean, obviously, I think we do a lot of Canada content, but I think Canada's got a very well, really fleshed out character in Polandball. You guys like it? Right on. Yeah, I think, there's a lot of countries that just don't get featured a lot, so they don't have super deep characterizations. But Aaron has made 1,000 comics, and Aaron alone has made Canada a very well-developed character. So let's do a mini Canada. Very small. Extra small Canada. The only way to contain his bloodlust is to make him miniature. Paraguay is best way. We did a poll in our Discord. Which country was Guire? Paraguay or Uruguay? Let's see who won. Official poll. Which country is Guire? Paraguay or Uruguay? Uruguay won with 76% of the vote to 24%. 63 votes to 20 votes. Uruguay is the guiest country on Earth. You guys heard it here first. All right, let's do the eyes. So pro tip for anyone who may be new to Polandball, and you want to draw, it's good to make the ball first and then the eye second, and then you draw the flag based on the center of the eyes, right? Like use this as a center point. You wonder, F. Smith, you do wonder, do I think Ireland's character in Polandball is fleshed out? Ireland doesn't get featured a lot, to be honest, because it's a small country. And I don't know that there are too many Irish artists out there. There have been a few over the past, decade plus, but not too many. I can't really think of too many comics featuring Ireland. I've done a few comics with Ireland before. All right, let's do... Maple leaf. When you're drawing the maple leaf for Canada, draw a triangle, draw the stem, and then 3 prongs on the left side of the triangle, the right side of the triangle, and the top of the triangle. Easy. Fill in the eyes, merge these. We got a good looking Canada there. Not bad. Let's give him a fork and a knife. It's going to be hard to draw a fork with 1 pixel. That's good enough. Then we'll watch our shorts real quick, and then we'll go back to drawing. So we put out a couple of great shorts this week. I do say so myself. I thought today's was really good. I had a lot of fun making it, trying to figure out how to make the trains move. It was good. I thought it was good. I don't know, maybe you guys don't agree, but based on the metrics, I think most people thought it was good too. So happy with that. I'm a big fan of trains. Like, I'm not a train nerd, but I do like train travel. I take trains. I mean, I live in New York, so I take the subway all the time. But I like train travel, like long distance train travel. I'm a huge fan. Like, I would take a train over a plane any day. We should build a giant train across the Atlantic. That'd be so cool. One awesome. Just came here to say hi. You gotta go. Thank you. Please drop a like on the stream. Even if you're only here for like 10 seconds, even if you don't like me, if you don't like Polandball, if you don't like our channel, drop a like. It costs you nothing, and it helps us. All right, let me do a shadow real quick. On Canada, oops. And then like a shadow for the knife and the fork. I guess the fork would be like right here. Something like that, 45%. Okay, let's merge that. Now, I get rid of this. There you go. There's your tiny Canada eating pancakes. Here, I'll zoom in. Or I guess zoom out. This is at 100%. What's eating? He's eating pancakes. A cool Foxy, $10 donation. Thank you. Draw Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea. All right. I have never once drawn Equatorial Guinea. I don't think I've ever been to Equatorial Guinea's wiki page before. You guys are going to give me your opinion on the flag. I'm not a huge fan of this flag. Just looking at it right now, I think it's pretty bad. But I'm going to draw it. Let's do a poll real quick. sure. I can never remember how to spell Equatorial or Guinea, for that matter. Papua New Guinea is one of those countries that I can never spell correctly the first time around. Equatorial Guinea flag tier. What do you guys think? S, A, B, C, or lower? For me, it's pretty bad. I would say this is like a C tier. Yeah, 6 wanted stars. CJ WMS $5 donation. Thank you. Antarctica and what's that flag? Is that what's the French? Is that New Caledonia? Or is that the French Antarctic territory? Yeah, that's the French Antarctic Islands. French Southern and Antarctic lands. That's actually not a bad flag. I'll pull this up. Let's try Equatorial Guinea real quick. How was everybody's week? While we do some drawing. We're gonna name it EG, Equatorial Guinea. We'll do 5. This is an errand ball. You can see it's sort of like fat on the left and right. Moi Goodings, horrible. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, it's Friday now, right? So hopefully whatever made it bad doesn't matter anymore. Let's make Equatorial Guinea happy for some reason. It's Friday. I'm drawing him on a Friday. He's happy. Or she. Let's do red and green. So it's green on top. Hello, hi. Call I stream emergency time for watch. What do you mean? USSR is going to be your girlfriend's birthday in 3 days. Very cool. Tell her some random internet person says happy birthday, early birthday. So, okay, let me end the poll there. So chat is going wild already. Equatorial Guinea flag tier. Most of you guys agreed, C or lower. Plurality said C or lower. 24% B tier. 19 A tier. 14% said S tier. Who are the 14% of people in chat who look at this flag and think this is the best, the highest level of flag design? There's nothing better than this. That's insane to me. Absolutely insane. This is a garbage flag. There are worse, but come on. There's no way this is S tier. That's wild. All right, so it's green on top. Equatorial Guinea. I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've thought about Equatorial Guinea. That's probably not true. Because I play a lot of geography games, so I've probably said it many times. Whoops. Let's do something like this. I'm not going to spend too much time on the seal, because there's other things I have to draw. Let's hide the eyes for a second. Merge these. And then... This is kind of bad, man. Okay, it's a tree. Abraham Lincoln jump scare. Every now and then when I'm tabbing through my canvases. Let's pull this over here. And it's a tree. Very, very basic tree. Just do that. And then let's put the stars above. We'll talk about the contest in a second, because I know many of you have been making contest entries. I've taken a look at some of them. They're really good. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's contest. To those of you who are new to the stream, every Saturday we hold a contest, an art contest. Everyone is welcome to join. I have to move these over, don't I? Shit. And this week's theme is propaganda posters. Let me just redo this real quick. Okay. We'll put 2 here. I know that they're 6-point stars, but I'm just doing 5 because you're not going to be able to tell anyway. See? All right. Equatorial Guinea, done. What was next? Go back to the super chats. So I'm drawing Antarctica and do true south, please. What is true south? True south flag, is that a thing? Oh, okay. I see. Very cool. Yeah, this is the redesigned unofficial Antarctic flag. I think this is a pretty good flag. I prefer the one that's okay, here, I'll pull this up for chat. You guys are gonna give me your opinion on these flags as well. Draw a tank. I drew a tank last Friday. I drew Ukraine driving over Russia. I thought this was pretty good. I thought this Russia turned out really well. This is the good timeline. Having the eyes pop out like that. So this is a Leopard 2 tank. This was pretty fun to draw. It took a long time though. What did I say I was gonna do? I was gonna pull up the flags. I missed a $2 donation. I don't think so. Oh, pancake. Draw Angus Haggard eating a birthday cake. Who is Angus Haggard? It's from Scooby-Doo. One of the 2 quarreling sons of Lachlan Haggard. I had no idea. Okay, I can do that. But I have to do Antarctica and French Southern and Antarctic lands. So here, we're going to pull both of these flags. First, I think this is a pretty good flag. I'm not a huge fan of, you know, like putting a national flag into Canton. It's a chatter with a birthday. Okay. All right. This is the flag of... Let's do a poll. French Southern and Antarctic lands. I have so many tabs open already. Where did chat go? Okay. Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of putting like a national flag in Canton. Like all those Union Jack flags, like the Australian flag, New Zealand flag, those are garbage. But I do think the French flag in a Canton does slap. I like this. I think this is like a low A, high B. Of us here are wrong. Yeah, this is not a C or lower tier. This is good. The color is good. the dark navy blue on the French flag, that version of the French flag, that's good. That's a good color. The lighter blue one that they used for a number of years was not good. A feels too generous, maybe B tier in your opinion? I think high B, low A is fair. All right. And then we'll do the Antarctic flag as well. So, yeah, most people were A or B. A couple people put S tier. I think that's overly generous, but I think this is well. I like the white border of the French flag. Really, really good. This is the true South Antarctic flag. So Antarctica does not have an official flag. There's a guy who came up with various concepts, and this is one of them. This is his redesign. I think this is pretty cool. I prefer the other one. I would say this is probably like an A tier flag, though. Let's do a poll on this. Eight accounts banned. Please don't spam. Take a time out. No spamming in chat, guys. Chat is not your playground. There's a lot of people in chat. This is pretty cool. It's a fairly unique design. So I'll draw this. Yeah, who are the 2% of voters who think that this is C or lower? This is like, this follows like all the rules of good flag design. It matches with Greenland. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of like it is very similar to Greenland. Yeah, it's just Greenland's is offset, sort of left side. All right, let's run that poll. 60 votes in. 70% said S tier. I think S tier is a little generous, but I think it's A tier. This is a good flag. But I'm nostalgic for the other one. All right. Let's draw these two together. All right. And then I'll do like the emoji, the shaking hands emoji. So for those of you who don't know, Antarctica is... How do I put this? Antarctica is governed by a series of international treaties, primarily the Antarctic Treaty, which was signed like decades ago. And it's colloquially referred to collectively as the Antarctic Treaty System. So Antarctica, there are many countries that claim territory in Antarctica, but none of them actually administer it. And the Antarctic Treaty, all the signatories to the Antarctic Treaty effectively, pun intended, froze their territorial claims. And there's like overlap for a lot of these countries that claim territory in Antarctica. So I think all the countries that claim territory in Antarctica are like, I want to say Argentina, the UK, France, Australia, Russia, and there's a couple of others. Let's see, Antarctica territorial claims. But yeah, none of them are valid. Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, New Zealand, Norway, United Kingdom. Okay, so not Russia. My bad. But Norway, of all countries, Norway doesn't make any sense. Norway's nowhere close to Antarctica. Crazy Norwegians. But I repeat myself. Okay. Let's do eyes for France. Just do 2 pixels. That's too small. But yeah, so Antarctica is near the top of my list of places that I want to travel before we completely fuck it up, you know? There is a buttload, I'm sure, of oil and natural gas that are there that Under the Antarctic Treaty System, you're not allowed to drill for or exploit the land and sea in Antarctica for commercial reasons. You can only sort of extract resources to support sort of scientific endeavors. And I guarantee you, before this century is out, that will change. Because there's going to be like 10 billion people on the planet at some point. And that's a lot of potential energy that we'd be missing out on. And why would we try and be good environmental stewards of the planet when we could not and just burn more oil and coal and natural gas, right? It's easier than trying. Okay. I have never drawn this flag before, so forgive me if it looks shitty, but let's go for it. So we're going to do the French one first. Actually, you know what? Let's do green, because there's a white outline. So this is the white outline that I'm drawing, and I'll change it later. CHCH, you've been wanting to watch 2001 again after watching the short that we made. What are my thoughts on the movie? I love 2001. I think it's one of the best movies ever made. It's fantastic. It's not my personal favorite movie, but I think it's one of the best movies ever made. I've seen it a lot. It's good. Okay, now we can fill in. Hey, that came out all right. Okay, now I need to do the, what was this symbol? There's 5 stars, and it's AA, and it's like a TF. So it's like, what? It's in French. It's Terre Australe et Antarctique Française. Okay. FaZe flag. Does it look like FaZe Clan? Yeah, it does. It does look like FaZe Clan's logo. That's funny. Go over the art contest in a second so I can close that. That tab. Okay, how should I do this? We've got the Euro Cup final on Sunday. Ooh, that'd be a good poll. Who are you guys rooting for? England or Spain? We're gonna do a short on it too. We got permission from an artist on the Polandball subreddit to use one of their comics as a short. We are going to be doing that. I'll probably do that for tomorrow. We might have 2 shorts for tomorrow, actually, because I think that's kind of a short like on the Euro Cup is kind of not really evergreen. So I want to have, maybe we'll do 2 shorts for tomorrow. I think that'd be pretty cool. We've never done 2 shorts on one day. We've done a video and a short on one day before. Okay, let's do some stars. This is a cool flag, man. Thank you for showing it to me. Okay. That's it. Merge those. Wow, okay, chat, you're pretty evenly split between England and Spain. I think most Europeans want Spain to win, but I totally get why... Oh, Angus Haggard. Okay, I see your channel now. I can get your profile picture. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. So I'll do that. Srinivasa, Kolai, quick question, Plox. Yeah, shoot. All right, now we need to do Antarctica, and then we're going to do the handshake emoji. This is cool. I love drawing the Greenlandic flag, so this I think is going to be similar. Similar idea. It's really well done, right? Like you've got the ice here. There's a lot of... Okay, the more I look at this, the more I like this. So you have like the sea or the sky, and then you have the land, right? It's all ice. And then this could be like an iceberg sort of breaking off into the sea, right? It's really clever. It's like a landscape. It's really, really, really good. The problem is I don't think anybody knows what it is. You know, the Antarctic flag, the other one that shows the territory of Antarctica, at least when you look at that, you can tell contextually that it's Antarctica, right? Because presumably most people know what Antarctica looks like. If not, then they've never used the globe before or seen a map. All right, lines behind Antarctica. And then, whoops. Okay. Where were the eyes? Merge this. Okay, hide the eyes again. Or actually, hold on. It kind of looks like he has a mouth when I do this. That's pretty good. Oops. Okay. Let's get the handshake emoji. This is so silly. Do emojis exist in the Polandball cinematic universe? Maybe. This is so dumb. Fox Domination, another $5 donation. Thank you. Draw Indiana painting the torch to pretend to be EU. Okay. These are starting to pile up. This was my problem last time when I was drawing chat requests, was that I draw a lot slower than you guys can come up with ideas. And I don't want to make something that's bad, you know? So I don't like to half-ass my drawings, generally. Even something like this, I've probably spent, what, like 10 minutes drawing? 10 or 15 minutes, and I feel like I'm kind of rushing it. When, on stream last night, Aaron mentioned that he feels like he's not the best artist on the channel. But he has, I don't know that I agree with that. Like, you know, again, art is entirely subjective. His style is simpler than, say, mine or Dick Rhino's or Gate Nerd or Alpaca. But it's very cartoony and heavily stylized, and I really like it. And it's sort of iconic for our channel now. And I think that even though he might, you know, not be, you know, his art might not be as technical as, say, like Dick Rhino's, the fact that he can pump out comics like 1,000 times faster than myself or Dick Rhino is a hugely important asset for the channel. So, big shout out to Aaron. There's a good chance he's watching. Hello, Aaron. How are you? I think he's working on some shorts right now. Oops. Okay. There we go. I really like this. This is really silly. All right. Before I get to Pancake and Fox domination, I will draw Angus Haggard eating a birthday cake, and then I will draw Indiana painting the torch to pretend that it's the EU. Before we do that, I'm going to plug some stuff, just so I don't forget. First, as most of you know, but we have new viewers every now and then, every Saturday we do an art contest. And anyone's welcome to join. You can join our Discord and submit your entries in our Discord. There's a contest entries channel. You can post it there, or you can email it to kolipb@gmail.com. The theme for this week is to make a Polandball art, Polandball style, or Polandball art piece propaganda poster. So this that I have on screen is an example of what not to do. Don't draw country humans. I did this just because I needed something for the announcement. So it should follow normal Polandball rules. Don't use fantasy flags. Don't make it a country human. Don't add limbs, hair, nose, mouth, eyebrows, whatever. And you have until 10 p.m. tonight, U.S. Eastern Time. So you have a little over 4 hours left to get your entry in. So the stream will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, so in about, 17 hours? 16 hours from now? And now I can close this. Cool. Angus Haggard. I'm going to pull up your profile. What is that? I was supposed to draw eating a birthday cake. This is his profile picture. How does this eat a birthday cake? I don't know what this is, but we'll figure something out. Okay. With 120 votes, 54% want England to win, 45% want Spain to win. Fair. Pretty evenly split. I don't have a dog in the race, so I don't particularly care. I think it would be funny if England keeps losing, because I like that they're suffering. They haven't won like a major tournament. The men's team hasn't won a major tournament since like the 1966 World Cup or something, right? I think it's funny when a country or a team has like an insanely long dry streak. So if for nothing else, then for the pain, I want Spain to win. But I don't actually care. Pancake, make it a country ball like it's a flag. Okay, thank you for the $2 donation. I will turn this into a ball, and you will be eating a birthday cake. First, let's take a look at some of the shorts that we've put out since my last stream. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? Let's watch these. All right, so today we put out Trains Around the World. This was new. It's not based on a comic we had before.
Trains around the world.
I like this one. I thought this was a funny idea. I also didn't notice, so the way that our shorts process works is generally, unless we have an existing comic, we come up with an idea, right? And we'll just like brainstorm stuff in Discord, and I'll do like 5 panels in text, and I'll say, Aaron, can you draw something like this? First panel, Japan standing on a platform, train goes by. Second panel, France is on the platform, train goes by. Third panel, India's on a platform. Train goes by. There's a bunch of Indias on top of it and inside of it. But then he adds like his own little things that I don't request, which are almost always fantastic. So I didn't notice that there was an India grabbing onto the end of the train until I had actually finished this short and played it back for the first time. And I thought that was great. So this was today's. If you haven't seen it, go, or if you haven't liked it, go drop a like. Yesterday's.
Stupid hot. It's ruining my harvest. If you think that's bad, just wait for the water wars. Water wars? Yeah, once water gets scarce, the strong countries are going to kill their smaller neighbors for it. It's going to get crazy. I ain't worried, though. Oh, that's stupid.
Water Wars. This one is doing really well. The metrics for this short are really, really good. The broader YouTube audience really likes the US-Canada dynamic. This is good. This is a preview of things to come when we're all killing each other over water. But realistically, US and Canada will probably never come to blows over something like this because the US and Canada share the Great Lakes, and the Great Lakes, I think, are combined about 48 or 49% of the total fresh water on Earth. So, in the coming climate wars, the water wars, if you live in the US Midwest or the Great Lakes region of Canada and US, you're probably safe. Next one.
Let's see here. Could I get a number 4 and a large chocolate shake? That would be 250 rand. You want to go? Yeah, sure. Wow. Let's see.
I really like this one. It's just a pun. It's Togo. I was afraid that like the broader YouTube audience wouldn't recognize the joke because they don't know what Togo is. But I think from context you can understand. But also the people who, you know, our audience is mostly flag nerds. So this one was fun to make. All right. Let's go back to drawing. All right, I have to make this a ball real quick. And then eating a birthday cake. For the train video, I kind of missed the mark. I could have had the UK as Thomas the Tank Engine. So honestly, what we could do is turn that into a video. I think that might be a good idea to do like a 4 or 5 minute video of just different trains from around the world. Because yeah, there's like a lot we could have done, but for a short, having 4 countries was fine. In the like a lot of people commented in the comment section and suggested that we should have had Germany in there, but the train just never shows up. So I think we could do that. But is that all right? So you guys are from all over the world. What are like the stereotypes of trains in your country? Are they like crappy? Are they always late? Are they good? In my mind, the stereotype I have of trains in like East Asia is that they're always like fantastic. They're on time, they're clean, and they're fast. Japan, Korea, China, you know? But a lot of people were saying like the French trains are always late. I've only been on the TGV a couple of times in my life, and it was always fine. I drew True South wrong. Hold on, let me see. True South flag. Oh, you're right, I did. Let me fix that. Fixed. It's like the Star Trek symbol at the bottom, the Starfleet symbol, and then it's an iceberg. Good catch, chat. You guys are really good at catching all those tiny little errors I make. Neon Guy, they're good in Italy. Youngblood, trains are good. Britain invented trains. In the US, from what you've heard, they're always dirty and crowded. Amtrak is pretty good. Like the Northeast Corridor train, I like, personally. It's slow, but I wouldn't say Amtrak is dirty. Like the train infrastructure in the US, passenger rail is pretty bad. But, you know, some of our subway systems are pretty good. Metro systems. Like the New York City subway is great. It's just old and dirty, you know? Fox domination around your city. The tracks are just empty. In Sweden, trains don't really have a reputation as far as you know, but you're known for public transportation. Netherlands trains should just be flying because they're high. There's just multiple truckloads. They're always late in Germany and always full. Is that really? That's not the stereotype I have of Germany. Is everything always runs on time. Okay, let's merge these eyes. Now, let's do something like that. Zoom in. The train short was also an excuse to use a lo-fi hip-hop song that Chicken Scuttle Monkey made. So it was fun to be able to use that. Good stuff. This is pretty cool, turning this into a ball. It's a good idea. I like it. So I'm not copying it exactly. I'm giving you my interpretation of it, my execution of it. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Totally up to you. I've drawn a lot of profile pictures and for people who don't use them, and that's totally fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Like I said, many of you guys are far better artists than I am. Like when I drew, who did I draw? Bloonish. Bloonish, you're a better, I don't know if you're in here, but you're a better artist than I am. So it was kind of weird that you asked me to draw your profile picture when you can draw a better one yourself, but I appreciate that you liked it regardless. But yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys are fantastic artists, so keep on keeping on. And it is hot as hell. What the hell? It's actually cooler today than it was the past couple of days. Past couple of days, it's been like in the 90s Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in common units. Let me see. 90 Fahrenheit to Celsius. 32 degrees Celsius. But today it's a little bit cooler, but it's still too hot for me. I don't like it. Oops. Okay. Now I'm gonna merge this. There. Something like this. No, that's not good. Okay. Now I'm going to put like a blue filter over it, just so that all those aren't, the holes aren't all white, you know? So let's do something like this. And then change the opacity. Let's do 25. I think that's good. Merge it with the ball, erase this side, make the outline black, add the eyes back, make the eyes white. You know what? I didn't do this right. Let me fix this. I can fix this. These shouldn't be white. Fill in like that. Okay. This is what I should have been doing. Then I can put the blue filter over it, like a light blue filter. This looks better. I like this better. Okay, now I'm going to do the filter. $25. Yeah, let's do 25. Merge it. Eyes, fill them in. Okay. Now I gotta give him a birthday cake. What country ball am I drawing? Jacob King official? I am drawing a user's, a chatter's profile picture. This is Angus Harrington, was it? Let me see. Angus Haggard. I have to give him a birthday cake. Let's give him a cake real quick. Let's have a piece sort of bitten out of it. Cut out of it, I guess. Looks more like a cheese wheel. Oops. I like the red outline. Let's give it a plate. Platter of some kind. This might be a controversial take. I'm not a huge fan of cake. I think there are better desserts out there, honestly. What do you guys think? Like, I'll eat cake, but I would never, like, go out and buy a cake for any reason other than, like, a birthday party or something, you know? I think it's just too much. It feels like it's too heavy, you know? Is that the candle? And the flame. Actually, let's make this. That's too light. Let's do that, and then. Waiter of Karma, you usually don't even eat cake for birthdays. When it's your own, you usually just go out and eat at a restaurant or something. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I would rather do that. I don't celebrate birthdays, though. I don't. This might be an uncommon take. Most people that I've told this to think it's weird, but I don't like celebrating my own birthday. I really don't like unearned attention, you know? Let's do the fire. But, like, I don't work on my birthday. Like, I'll take it off, you know? But I don't, like, do anything, if that makes sense. Why is that? Oh, okay, it's let's make that a little bit lighter. Or brighter yellow. the red behind it, and then sort of fade it. 45. Okay, I think that's good. And then I'm gonna erase a little bit. That's a pretty good cake. I really like that. I think that turned out really well. I think this is great. Angus Haggard. Pancake, thank you for the donation. I hope Angus likes this. Whoa. 15 point. Pretty good. There you go. Yeah, we could do some art reviews. I have to draw Indiana painting the torch to pretend it's the EU. Indiana flag. Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do this. I don't think the Indiana? Yeah, Hoosier. I don't think the Hoosier flag is that great, but it's not terrible. It could be a lot better. So you guys, you're gonna tell me what you think. Let's do a poll. This is the flag of Indiana. I think this is probably like a low B. It's better than most U.S. state flags, but it's not great. Pillow Fluff. Have I heard of Writer and Artist Month on the subreddit? You think it's your favorite type of Polandball event? Yeah, I've never actually participated in it though. Can I do ASEAN? We could probably draw ASEAN, yeah. Okay. Indiana. I have an idea for what I'm going to do. Let's draw a ball. It's not a great ball. That, I can work with that. That's not terrible. All of the eyes today are happy. Draw a Skibidi toilet as a country ball. How does that work? Am I saying that right? Is it Skibidi? God, I'm so old. I watched a video of some guy was interviewing like some 10-year-old kid with his mom, and he was asking him to explain like Gen Alpha slang, and it was just sounded like a bunch of nonsense. It's pronounced Skibidi? No. Isn't it Skibidi? Skibidi? Skibidi, yeah. Michigan's naval artist, you feel me? Yeah. I was actually talking to someone about this last weekend, like trying to understand Gen Z and Gen Alpha slang. And a lot of slang is basically just like new words to explain the exact same thing, right? Like on fleek was the same thing as on point. I like, I think we've said this on stream before. I like let him cook. I think that's a great term. One thing that this conversation that I had, I didn't know if, I don't think anyone except millennials use the word YOLO. I think YOLO is a very, very millennial term, I think. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I remember when YOLO, like first took off, and God, God, it must have been like 2010, 2011 or something. You guys use YOLO? Do you actually? And it started off that people were using it ironically because it was so stupid, but we used it so much that it became that we started using it unironically. And I still, to this day, like 15 years later, still use YOLO. But I think the more modern term for YOLO is full send, which I think is funny. It's the exact same thing, but it's like a harder term, you know? Which is pretty cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so there's 13 stars. I'm not going to do 13 stars. Yeah. I love YOLO. I think it's a great word. Full send, it's the same thing, in my opinion. I've never used it before. The quickest way for younger generation slang to fall out of misuse is for old people to start using it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I could do. It does kind of look like the EU flag, so it's a good idea that you had. This is the biggest problem I have when I'm drawing the European flag is getting the stars to sort of appear that they're in a circle. Where did I put the eyes? Yeah, see, this looks kind of shitty. MLG? What is MLG? MLG is Gen Z slang. To me, MLG is Major League Gaming. What is MLG? Is that like if somebody does like a cool play or something, you call it MLG? Yeah, Major League Gaming. That's what I know it as. MLG is a clutch? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We use that term. It's a montage thing? Yeah. Yeah, if you like 360 no-scope someone, that's an MLG play, right? Another very millennial term is adulting. I don't think Gen Z uses that at all, and I would seriously doubt Gen Alpha does. I don't think Gen Alpha are adults yet. Will I do art review after this? It's Nuva? Yes, I can do art review. Variety stream. We can do lots of different things. I wonder if I could watch YouTube videos like with you guys, other channels, and do very simple YouTube React videos. Gen Alpha is 14 right now. The oldest members of Gen Alpha are 14. Okay. Yeah, I remember getting into arguments online in 2016 during the 2016 U.S. presidential election about how everyone was saying, like, not everyone, but like conservatives were saying, like, oh, Gen Z is super conservative. And I remember having to tell them, like, in 2016, literally none of that generation were adults yet. So there's no point in even trying to pin down their ideology. Like, not a single one of them can vote. They're too young. They're children, you know? Okay, let's do the torch. Okay, now I'm gonna give him a paint bucket Damn, that's pretty shitty. See, it's too busy. That's the problem I have with the Indiana flag. I totally forgot I was running a poll for it. I think it's too busy. Halfway through 2010 is when Gen Z started. No, Gen Z started. That's probably Gen Alpha. Gen Z starts in 1997, I believe. Pillow fluff. Yes, I am going to hide it. I'm drawing it, and then I'm going to paint over it. To show that it's like a work in progress, you know? Gen Alpha started in 2010. Yeah, that makes sense. So they're all children. Yeah. Okay. Give him a paint bucket and a brush. Oh yeah, it says Indiana, doesn't it? That's so dumb. Whatever. It kind of looks like Hebrew or something. Bucket. We're right next to this Poland monster. There and do that. Okay. And then okay. Paint bucket, let's make it gray. That's too dark. Inside should be a little bit darker. Shading. Same here. And then like that. You can kind of tell that's paint, right? Some paint on the running down it, you know? Okay, I think that's pretty good. Now, brush. Brown handle. Why does India want to be the EU? I think the joke is just that the flags are very similar. So that would actually make for like an interesting... We could probably turn that into a comic, a short of some kind. I'd have to think about it. But yeah, it's a very similar looking flag. There's a lot of flag jokes in Polandball. You know, given the source material, it kind of makes sense. You can barely read that. Oh, sorry, you were responding to somebody else in chat. My bad. Animation, you like flag jokes rather than historical jokes because you understand flag design more than history. You really suck at it. Polandball is actually like an interesting way to... It's an interesting gateway into learning history. Like, I see people comment on our videos like, I've learned so much history from watching your channel or whatever. Like, a lot of our stuff is not historically accurate. Don't use it as an educational source. It's an entertainment channel, but it gets people interested in the topic. Sam, your submission won't send. What's the email address for submission? colipb@gmail.com. So my name and then pb for Polandball @gmail.com. I should put that in my where is it? Let me see if I'm pointing to it. The avatar. No, this way. Here. I'll put it there. Eventually. For next stream. I'll have to do it. And I guess I have to put our Instagram handle there now, you know? That one trash YouTuber, you're a history nerd due to Polandball? Right on. I was a history nerd before Polandball, but I gravitated toward Polandball when I found it because I liked history. Okay, now we do the paint top of the brush. You never knew that Nepal had giant teeth IRL. Thanks for the historical info. You're welcome. Do I know about the Great Multi-Colonial Empire? That doesn't sound like a real thing. Draw a baguette. I've drawn a lot of baguettes. San Marino and Vatican City meeting up. We'll do an art review. We will do art review. Can I draw Germany and Austria? I have drawn Germany somewhere here. I think. Maybe I haven't actually. Maybe I haven't drawn Germany. I drew Berlin somewhere, I think, right? Oh, I did draw Germany. Germany's here, next to Iceland. This is... What was this again? This is Berlin, right? Yeah, this is the flag of Berlin. I like drawing it as an eye patch. That was cool. Where was I? I totally lost... Oh, here. Okay. Move this somewhere else. Over here. Okay, and now I'm gonna have like the paint streaks behind the eyes, sort of like this. So you can sort of see what I'm going for here. Damn, that's so messy. All right, let me fix this real quick. Okay. This in. We can do some art review for a second. So I'm actually caught up. All right. I think that came out pretty well. Hope you like it. Was it Pancake who requested that, or no? It was Fox Domination. Fox Domination. Very cool. Draw another Germany? I can draw another Germany real quick. Why not? There were two Germanys, right? Let's do another Germany behind this Germany. Deutschland. Oops. Let's do a shadow around the eyes. One pixel shadow. Same here. Okay. Easy. That was quick. Smaller Germany? Another smaller Germany? Okay. It's Germany's all the way down. Let's keep going. How many Germanys can we make? Can the world afford to have this many Germanys? One Germany has caused enough problems for world history. These. Whoa, okay. This is like it's like that meme. I forget what movie it's from, where like there's three people sitting in the church, and behind each person there's someone else with a gun, right? And there's somebody up on the second level or whatever and has a sniper rifle. That's what this feels like. Evil San Marino. So that's just regular San Marino, right? I feel like if you're a microstate, you're evil by default, because there's no reason for microstates to exist. Whoops, accidentally closed chat. Make a short with smaller Germanys in a loop. That's actually not a bad idea. Do ASEAN. What did I say I was going to do? Vietnam wrestling. Did I just say I was going to draw something? What was I going to draw? Oh, Evil San Marino. That's right. SM. Evil San Marino. Let's do it behind Iceland for some reason. Seal. Crown. Libertas. Is San Marino a democracy? Because some of those microstates aren't really democracies, right? Like, Liechtenstein's not a democracy. It's one of the few countries in Europe that's not. I don't know anything about San Marino. Do you guys know? I have no idea. Draw Greenland chain to Denmark. That's one of my favorite shorts, decolonization. I love, like, I don't think it's based in reality at all. Like, I think Denmark is not at all like a cruel colonial master to Greenland. Like, no one lives in Greenland anyway, you know? But I love that short. Like, Greenland being a big, sort of mute, immobile monster. Lovable monster. Okay, I think you can tell that's San Marino. Now I have to do this. Whoa, hold on. Why is it doing that? That's why. Fixed. Okay. How do you call states ball? $5 donation. Please draw Liechtenstein and Alaska. Absolutely. Thank you for the $5 donation. Alaska has a great flag. Liechtenstein's is pretty good too. Let's pull these up. Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. Why Alaska and Liechtenstein? These are two very different places. These are not two polities that I would put in the same thought, you know? But here's Liechtenstein's flag. I think Liechtenstein's flag is pretty good. I'm not checking. Didn't I say I'd review art? I did. But people keep donating, and then I have to draw. But I'll get to it. I do promise I will do it. Do a lot of things on stream. Okay. Alaska. Let's draw a big Alaska. Because Alaska is huge. Alaska is something like 30 or 35%, I want to say, of the total land area of the rest of the United States, the contiguous United States, which is pretty insane. Oh, this is the wrong canvas. Okay. Let's do big Alaska somewhere. We're going to draw Alaska. I'm going to have to make the canvas even bigger. Here, let's do Alaska over here. Can I fix this ball? Let's try this. I was using 10 pixel. Okay. All right, I'm curious what you guys think of the Alaska flag. I think this is one of the best U.S. state flags, and it's not even good by, or it's not just good by American flag standards. I think this is a genuinely good flag. This is easily a top 5 U.S. state flag, but I think this holds its own to most flags. I think it's beautiful. It's great. I think it's an S tier flag. Yeah, it's the Big Dipper. And I don't know if this is supposed to be the North Star or whatever. My, what's it called? Night sky knowledge is not super great. I don't know where all the stars are relative to each other in the night sky. B tier, too simple in your opinion? It's fine. Yeah, it's North Star. Chaotic artist, you disagree. That's fair. Flags are a form of art, you know? It is subjective. I'll draw ASEAN next. I know someone was asking for ASEAN. I will draw ASEAN. I don't think I've drawn ASEAN before. Yeah, John Smith has requested ASEAN. I will do ASEAN. Let's see. There's 7 stars in the Big Dipper. Okay. Let's do the eyes first. I think tiny eyes. Oops. And then a slightly bigger one over here to make it look 3-dimensional. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, the stars. Okay, this is going to be kind of hard. One there. One there. Down a little bit. I have never been to Alaska. It's one of the places in the U.S. It's one of the top destinations on my domestic travel list within the U.S. I would really like to see Alaska at some point. I've never been to Yellowstone either. I want to see that. I think that's in Montana and Wyoming, right? Over here. And then the North Star is going to be like, I don't know, we'll put it like right above his eye. It's Polaris, right? That's the North Star. We've got to have some astronomy nerds in here, right? He is huge. Alaska's big, man. Alaska is absolutely enormous. Most of it uninhabited because it's just a giant frozen wasteland, you know? Like, it's crazy when you consider the fact that the Earth is already something like 70% water. A lot of the remaining land area is just straight up uninhabitable, right? Like, you've got a huge amount of mountain ranges that people can't really live on. You have a huge amount of desert, and you have a huge amount of tundra and Arctic sort of areas that you not suitable for human life, you know? Okay, now I have to do Liechtenstein. That Alaska came out well. I really like that. Alaska and Liechtenstein. So Liechtenstein, for those of you who don't know, is a microstate in Europe. It borders Switzerland. And it is not actually a democracy. It is a principality. The prince holds actual political power. It's not just a figurehead, like in most constitutional monarchies. And as such, it is not eligible to join the EU because it's not a democratic state. But it's got like, what, 70,000 people? It's such a small country. It's largely irrelevant. Not largely. Like, Liechtenstein has got to be one of the most irrelevant countries on the planet. All those microstates are. Fun fact, Sweden is a democracy and a monarchy. You have a king, but he has no power. Yeah, it's a constitutional monarchy. Most monarchies in Europe are constitutional monarchies where the monarch doesn't have any actual real power, like in the UK or in Norway or Belgium, Spain. But Liechtenstein, the prince has real power. It's really weird that some countries still have that. Like, actual kings and queens. Like, even ceremonial kings and queens, I think, is ridiculous. But, you know, at least they don't have power. But, like, the idea that you can be born into a royal family, I think is... It's embarrassing that, like, countries still do that, you know? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Like, why not just have... Like, you're going to have a ceremonial position. You might as well make it elected, you know? So that it sort of represents the people to some degree. So, like, I'm not a fan of the British monarchy. I think the British royal family is stupid. It shouldn't exist. Okay. To give him an eye. Well, the eye is going to cover most of this, unfortunately. Shit. What is this? I'll pull this down. You know what? I can just have him... He doesn't have to be looking at Alaska. Liechtenstein and Alaska together. It's very strange. Okay, let's duplicate this eye. Put it over here. Kind of egg-shaped. Oops. Here. Let's fix his head. Oh, God, that's bad. I didn't notice this when I drew the ball. He's shaped like an egg. Okay. Let's do some shading. And I'll do ASEAN. Shading on Alaska. I'm in danger. And then around the eyes. I love doing the shadows around the eyes now. Ever since I saw Aaron do this for the 2 days into Belgium short, I've loved doing this. So I'm going to steal it. I like this. Okay, Alaska and Liechtenstein done. Now ASEAN. I don't know how to... Well, I know how to do it. I've never drawn... I don't think I've drawn ASEAN before. Let's do it. What do you guys think of the ASEAN flag? Do you like it? I'm undecided. It feels very corporate to me. But Alaska flagged here. Most people said S or A. Yeah. Totally agree. It is corporate. Well, I mean, it's not. It's an intergovernmental organization. It's an international regional organization. It's like, you know, the UN or the EU or something. It looks vaguely like the Shell logo. It does, yeah. It's an economic alliance. It's more than that. It's a regional organization. It's less than the EU, but more than like the Arab League or the African Union. It has political elements to it. It's just not. it's not as I've explained this to you guys before, but ASEAN is more intergovernmental. The EU has both intergovernmental and supranational elements. So the EU has a parliament that's directly elected by the people of Europe. ASEAN does not have that. ASEAN is basically made. The way ASEAN operates is basically the governments of its members meet and then they decide what they're going to do. The EU has those institutions like the European Council, the Council of the European Union, but it also has EU like only institutions that sort of exist above national governments. ASEAN does not have that. How to call States Ball, $2 donation. Liechtenstein regrets his decision to buy Alaska. Are you kidding me? If anyone could buy Alaska, this is like the best deal you could. Buying Alaska is like one of the best deals the U.S. ever made. If Liechtenstein could afford it, if any other country could afford to buy Alaska, they should buy it. I mean, it's too late now. Good luck trying to take it from the U.S., but they almost did. Oh yeah, someone has mentioned that a few times. Maybe it was you, yeah. Come on. Okay. Liechtenstein, under Austria, Russia, and Prussia, was a member of the Holy Alliance, in which all three members guaranteed Liechtenstein's sovereignty in 1815. In 1867, Alexander II of Russia had offered Johann II, Prince of Liechtenstein, to purchase Russian Alaska, but he refused as he believed the territory was useless. Ooh. Bad move. Vietnam. I'll put Vietnam next to ASEAN. And someone asked for the Philippines too. I could probably do that. We could do like ASEAN and then the ASEAN members around it. ASEAN flags here, really? S. Okay. Fair. I don't know. I feel it's a little corporate. All right. So let's do ASEAN. We'll do Vietnam at minimum next to ASEAN. I think it's either ASEAN or Indonesia is the most populous ASEAN country, but then it's either Vietnam or the Philippines, right? They're both about 100 million people. Indonesia is like 230 million, right? What can I draw? A coin. Ooh, that's a good circle. That's a good ball. Look at that, chat. That's solid. How am I going to do this? Two big eyes. Okay, now I need to do the coin part, right? Let's do 3 pixels for the coin. How am I gonna do this? It's kind of shitty. I've never drawn ASEAN before. One of the other differences between ASEAN and something like the EU is that in order to join the EU, you have to resolve any territorial disputes you might have with any existing EU members. So, for example, I believe, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Slovenia and Croatia had some territorial dispute, very, very minor, that had to be resolved before Croatia could join. Because Slovenia joined, I believe, in 2004, and Croatia joined in 2013, the most recent member. And I think, because Slovenia was in the EU, had the ability to veto Croatian membership in the EU, basically had more leverage, so they were able to resolve it on their terms. In ASEAN, all of those countries basically have territorial disputes with each other. ASEAN exists in part as a forum for all of those states to at least talk to each other so that they don't necessarily go to war first, you know? So ASEAN is a good thing as well. It's just, I think ASEAN needs a supranational element. Like, there should be an ASEAN parliament that's elected by the people, but not all of the ASEAN states are democratic anyway, so that's not going to happen, you know? Let's do the seal. But yeah, the ASEAN is gradually expanding to become more of like an economic trading bloc. I think they're working towards something like a single market like the EU has, but it's more difficult because they're from they're working from like a more difficult starting point, you know? Okay, this is shitty. Let me redraw this. It's okay. Then I'll make this inside red. Yeah, I don't know. I think the ASEAN flag looks a little bit too corporate for me to give it like an A tier. But 36% said S tier. 34% said A tier. 22% said B tier. 7% C or lower. Yeah, it's like it's not bad enough to be C or lower. I think it's B tier. Didn't Serbia try and join ASEAN? That would be news to me. I don't think so, but there have been like weird quirks throughout history where like various countries have tried to join the EU. Like I think Morocco tried to join the EU. Let me see. And it was rejected. Was it Morocco? Like there were a couple of European countries that tried to join the EU's predecessor, sorry, back in like the 60s, and they were rejected because they weren't European states. I'm trying to... Was it Morocco or was it Tunisia? Yeah, Morocco did apply at some point in the 60s and was rejected because it wasn't European. Would you rather Russia join NATO or NATO join Russia? Neither. Until one day, hopefully, Russia becomes a liberal democracy that respects human rights, it's democratic. But I don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime. I think Russia is kind of a lost cause right now. It needs to change so dramatically for it to, for either of those situations to, well, for it to join NATO, right? NATO's not going to join Russia. That doesn't make any sense. But I feel like Russia has never really lived up to its potential because it's so antagonistic towards the rest of Europe. It could do a lot better if it sort of came into the fold. And I think, you know, that's what a lot of Europeans thought that they were trying to... They thought that's what they were doing in the 2000s and early 2010s, you know, trying to sort of integrate it into Europe's energy market. And it backfired because Russia was using it as leverage. So Merkel gets blamed for that. Gerhard Schroeder gets blamed for that. But to Germany's credit, they are a very stalwart partner to Ukraine now. They were a little bit slow on the pickup early on, but I think after the U.S., they're pretty significantly ahead of like the third sort of largest donor to Ukraine, which is probably the UK. This is if you don't count the EU as a whole. But, the EU has given bilateral aid to Ukraine. Okay, that's pretty good. I think this came out well. If Australia can join Eurovision, then Morocco can join NATO. Time out. Who should I time out? Oh, is this No Name? No Name, come on. Don't spam. 24 hour. You've been in the community long enough to know we don't tolerate spamming. What's the shortest span of time you've made friends in? What do you mean? I mean, I think everybody has sort of become fast friends with someone, like instant friends. Like, yeah, there's people I've met who I've gotten along with instantly. It's rare when something like that happens. But you know, I can get along with most people. Don't time out anyone? No, there's a lot of spammers. When am I going to do art review? Soon. I will do it soon. So ASEAN. I've asked this before, and I'm sure you guys have given me an explanation, but why is ASEAN a coin? I don't know. I don't know the lore behind this. I would like to know. Belgium. Very happy Belgium. I was going to do Vietnam next, and then I can do Belgium. It's cardboard, not a coin? Oh, okay. Why do I keep thinking it's a coin? You guys have told me it's cardboard, yeah. Sphinxin, you believe from what you've heard it's supposed to be cardboard due to it not doing much? At least that's the explanation I have. Oh, I like that, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, ASEAN doesn't really do much. It's mostly just a forum for dialogue at this point. But it has grander ambitions. I don't know that it'll ever be able to meet them. Because again, you know, its membership is kind of weird. A lot of them don't really get along in the way that would be necessary to have sort of like a well-developed regional organization like the EU. If you've watched our EU video, and you should have because it's good, because I know what I'm talking about, you would know that the EU is referred to as a sui generis, which is Latin for of its own kind. And the reason why people refer to it in academia as a sui generis is because there's nothing else currently like the EU in the world, and there never has been. There are organizations that try to emulate it or have on paper pledged to do something like that, like the African Union, like ASEAN, various South American attempts at regional organizations, and most of them fail or never really develop to the way in the same way that the EU has. But a lot of this is because of the history that is very specific to Europe. Polandball, are you American? I am one of 6 people that runs the channel. I am American. But we have a couple Americans, a Canadian, a Swede on the channel. The channel is ostensibly Swedish, because Dick Rhino owns the channel. He is Swedish. But yes, I am American. But I am not Polandball. I am Kolai. Vietnam. I really like our Vietnam short. One small step for Nam. I thought it was a clever title too. Here. This is one of the frames from Aaron's drawing. Should the U.S. annex Canada? Absolutely. Canada's not a real country. We should annex Mexico too. All of North America should just be the United States of America. And the Caribbean. More territorial expansion. Imperialism, good. Clay. I'm Canadian though. Well, you'll be American soon enough. But no, so one of those things is like Canada doesn't offer anything to the US that it does. Like conquering Canada doesn't offer the US anything that it doesn't already get from Canada, you know? They're more than happy to sell us all their tar sand oil. Vietnam. Should I give Vietnam a hat? I forget who was asking for Vietnam in chat. Vietnam's easy to draw. Very simple flag. I love the Vietnamese flag. Let's do that. Vietnam flag here. I'm a huge fan of it. I think it's great. It's simple, to the point, instantly recognizable. Everyone knows what it is, you know? Particularly for a country that's not necessarily like the most important on the global stage. It's definitely a regional power of sorts, but it's not a great power, right? So you don't necessarily hear about Vietnam outside of the Asia-Pacific context, you know? But the fact that a lot of, sort of Vietnamese culture is well known, and the fact that most people could probably recognize the flag, I think, speaks volumes to how it's punched above its weight historically. Draw Aruba? I can draw Aruba. I don't recognize, or I don't recall what the flag is off the top of my head. Yeah, I think it's S tier. I want to give him the hat. Can I do a small Vietnam? I mean, it's smaller than ASEAN. Clean this side up a bit. Reminder, you have about 3 hours left to finish your contest entries if you're planning on entering tomorrow's contest. Just over 3 hours. You can post it in a Discord, or you can email it to me at colipb@gmail.com. Vietnam will forgive anyone but China. I mean, that's partly why we were making why we made that short. Yeah, Vietnam's been bullied quite a bit throughout history. Particularly by China. All right. Vietnam. Aruba. Let's turn on some music. Calm music. Let's see what this is. Country and folk. Let me know if it's too loud. You said Belgium? Oh yeah, I'll draw Belgium too. You guys are keeping me honest. I say I'll do something, but then I forget about it. I like the Belgian flag. I think the ratio is a little weird, though. It's too square. Draw Brazil. We need to do more shorts featuring Brazil. We've had Brazil as like a background character in 2 of them, I think. I don't know enough about Brazil is the problem. Like, I don't want to fall into the trap of only doing like US and Europe and Canada stuff, but I fall into writing what I know. Lana, welcome. How's it going? Where was I? I'm drawing Aruba and Belgium. Let's do Belgium first, because I guess I said that first. Belgium. I don't like Aruba's flag. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think it's pretty crappy. So Belgium. And then Aruba. I think Aruba's got a bad flag. Vietnam flagged here. 52%, 51% S, 24% A, 14% B, 9% C or lower. Yeah, I agree. It's an S tier flag. What are my thoughts on China training by the Polish border? Will Poland Article 5 China? China's not going to invade Poland. So it doesn't matter. China doesn't have any like real geopolitical interest in Europe because it's too far removed. Not in the way that like Russia does, right? Like Russia is a transcontinental country. It spans Europe and Asia, but its interests are primarily in Europe because most of its population lives in European Russia, west of the Ural Mountains. So China, on the other side, the vast majority of its population lives in eastern China, near the coast. So most of their geopolitical interests are in East Asia and Southeast Asia, and then some in Central Asia. But no, I'm sure China's it's military training. Like countries train with each other all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but there's definitely 2 different blocks that are sort of solidifying globally, which is not reassuring at all. Because this is generally what happened prior to World War I and World War II, where you had sort of competing blocks of great powers lining up against each other with irreconcilable differences. So you sort of have NATO and sort of the US and its allies on one side, and then Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea on the other. But of those 4, China's really the only heavy hitter. Like, Iran is barely a regional power. North Korea doesn't matter beyond the Korean Peninsula and Japan. And what was the other one? Russia is a declining power. It's just belligerent. It throws its weight around while it still has it. And the fact that it has a massive nuclear arsenal. But beyond that, Russia is... It's a shell of what it used to be. In terms of power. Like geopolitical power. Like the Soviet Union was the most powerful that Russia ever was. And it's not... it's also not correct to... Okay, they can make a better Belgium. This happens a lot in the English-speaking world. I don't know if in other parts of the world, you guys can let me know, but in the English-speaking world, a lot of people conflate Russia and the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union was not Russia, and Russia was not the Soviet Union. Russia was just one part of the Soviet Union, right? Ukraine, obviously, was a very big part of the Soviet Union. It was the next largest Soviet republic after Russia in terms of population. And a lot of like Soviet premiers and people who served in the Politburo, or some of like the most renowned Soviet scientists and engineers and artists were Ukrainian, right? So the idea that, or rather conflating Russia with the Soviet Union you know, it's sort of, it papers over all of the other countries and peoples that contributed to various, you know, Soviet successes and, you know, atrocities and failures, right? It was not just Russia. Russia has never been a superpower. The Soviet Union was. Russia has never been a superpower. Can I make sure Belgium has a waffle? I could do that, yes. Oh, here, let's do the eyes first. I always forget. Whoops. Waffles or pancakes? I prefer pancakes, honestly. Personally. Polandball is better than many political jokes. Yeah, so I think we discussed this on one of our podcasts many months ago. But the brilliance of Polandball is that you don't need to like write labels on all of the countries because they're represented by their flag. Whereas I think political cartoons, I think most political cartoons are garbage because they require too much labeling. So not having to do that for Polandball, I think makes it much more elegant of a medium. Like most political cartoons are garbage. You guys know who Ben Garrison is? Ben Garrison is like the worst political cartoonist. He's like a big MAGA Trump fascist guy. And he labels everything. He does all sorts of conspiratorial crap. But he puts labels on absolutely everything. He's such a bad cartoonist. But his audience likes him, so that's why he does it. But it's just terrible, terrible stuff. Waffle. Dark gray. Okay. Belgium. Do Canada? We have drawn Canada more than like any other country on this channel. I'm not gonna draw Canada. I already drew Canada today. There's a couple of Canadas on this canvas. There's one here, and one over here. This one was pretty good. After this, can I do art reviews? Yes. Okay. After Belgium and Aruba, I'm going to do art reviews. Remind me if I... keep me honest. Alright, let's give him a waffle. I have been to Belgium once in my life. I went to Brussels. I absolutely loved it. Brussels is an ugly city, but it was really, really fun. And I loved eating fries and waffles and drinking beer. It was great. It was like heaven. Brussels is fun. But yeah, it's ugly. Fresh Belgian waffle really hits the spot. I should go back to Belgium. I would like to see Bruges and Antwerp. Those are supposed to be very pretty. Bruges is supposed to be like an idyllic kind of European city, like a fairy tale is how people have described it. Antwerp is supposed to be nice too. I don't know. Do we have any Belgians in chat? I assume we do. Maybe not today, but like in the channel, I think there's probably Belgians. Yeah, I had a lot of fun in Brussels. Aruba ball. You think you're the only Aruban here? Oh, that's awesome. You're actually from Aruba. It's always hard to tell. You know, some people have their profile as like a state or country or whatever, right? And I'm not sure if that means that they're from there or they're just like a fan of it. That's cool. Never did I think we would have an Aruban in chat. That's awesome, man. I have not been to Aruba, but I have had many of my coworkers tell me after they've been that they absolutely loved it. Seems fun. This is a good looking waffle. Damn, that is a good looking waffle. I'm hungry. Okay, Aruba next. Scotland? I think I've drawn Scotland a couple times already. On this canvas, I might have. We're going to do Aruba, and then we're going to do art reviews. Did I draw Scotland somewhere here? I've drawn Scotland many times. Maybe not on this canvas. Oh yeah, there he is. Little Scotland. Swiss breaking their neutrality. Neutrality is bullshit. Alright, let's draw Aruba. Flag of Aruba. What do you guys think of this flag? I'm sort of undecided. I don't think it's great, but like this is not S or A. This seems like one of those ones where some people might love it, some people would hate it. Or, well, I don't think hate. I think it's either people love it or they're indifferent. I think I'm indifferent about this. I think this may be a high C, low B, if I had to put it somewhere. Josie Kern, the Belgian boy, please do not spam the chat. I don't know why Nightbot doesn't stop this kind of spam. You get Dick Reiner to fix that. Draw Brazil. I would, but I promised people I would review art after Aruba. Alright, let's draw Aruba over here. I do love the Brazilian flag. Brazil is fun to draw. That's bad. Sweden, Norway, and Finland. We did a poll in the Discord, which is the worst Nordic state, and I think Sweden won. I don't think like anyone voted Finland. Finland's a cool country. We should do a poll, like which landlocked country deserves a coastline the most. Best Nordic flag is Iceland. I disagree. I think Norway. But Iceland's is pretty good. Sweden and Denmark, I think, have the weakest. And Finland's not great either. So yeah, I guess I really only like Iceland and Norway. I do like this, like the shape of the star here. I just don't think the red works. Oh, whoops, I did it on the wrong layer. Let's do 3 pixels. Nope, let's do 4. Karelia or Estonia's Nordic proposal? Oh, yeah. If Estonia had a Nordic cross, like the different variants of a Nordic Estonian flag that have been put out there, they are all absolutely gorgeous. They would completely destroy the other ones in rankings. In my personal rankings, an Estonian Nordic cross is gorgeous. Love it. White and red. Okay. 4-point star. Let's do it up here so we can actually see it. Blue. There. Aruba was pretty easy. Aruba ball, I hope you like it. Crazy that there's an Aruban in chat. Never would have guessed. Have I ever been to a national park in the US? I have been to a couple, yeah. Yosemite is probably the most well-known I've been to. Yosemite's great. Why does Estonia want to be associated with the Nordics? Because the Nordics have a reputation of being like very wealthy and sort of stable and really like highly developed and fair societies, if that makes sense. And Estonia in Western Europe, in the Western world, is still sort of viewed. Well, I mean, it's changing, but you know, it was a Soviet republic, so. I mean, I don't think most Americans know what Estonia is or where it is, but those of us who do, I think probably just figured it was some poor Eastern European state, you know? So trying to get away from that reputation is, I think, partly motivating it. But it also, Estonia and Finland are very culturally similar, and linguistically, Finnish and Estonian are closer to each other than any other two languages, or than they are to any other languages. The next like closest language to them is Hungarian, I believe, and that's pretty far removed from both of them. So it's also like a desire to sort of emphasize the cultural proximity they have with Finland. Okay, we're gonna do art reviews now. Let's take a look at some art. I'm gonna close this stuff. What have we got in chat? Oh shit, okay, you guys have pinged me 22 times. Alright, let me see. Oh my god. Pyro, can I show the stream this? Yeah, let's take a look at this first. Pyro drew this. This is terrifying. I like the thorax / abdomen or whatever is German Empire, the Pickelhaube. Enzo, no, I'm not going to draw Brazil today. I've been drawing a lot, and I promised people that I would do an art review, so I'll do an art review. This is pretty funny, though. Sorry. I've drawn here. I can show you a Brazil comic that I've done while we're doing art review. This is so stupid. This is an old comic of mine. South Africa, big. Why did we have inviting hymns again? It's like the BRICS doesn't make any sense because these 4 countries are obviously like way heavier hitters than South Africa. But They added South Africa to BRICS because they wanted African representation. And at the time, South Africa had the largest national economy in Africa. I think it does again now, but it sort of traded places with Nigeria a few times in the past, like 10 years. Melogia Ball. Why did you end up coming here? Oh, you think he's a country ball comic maker? Yes, I've drawn Polandball comics for about 13 years. And we stream drawings and our videos. We play games. We do an art contest every Saturday. So hopefully we'll see you again in stream. If you guys are heading out, please drop a like on the stream. Appreciate it. Pyro. Drew the Vatican. This is actually really good. Christ compels you. I like the background. Makes the Vatican look like a superhero or something. He's going Super Saiyan. This is good. I like it. Whoops. Super Vatican. Nuva, can I look at your art poster? Or your contest entry. We've beatings them beforing, we into beat them againings. This is good. I love your art style. It's very cartoony. I'm a huge fan of it. I like how you did the ghosts of Czechoslovakia and Austria. This is really, really well done. This is like perfect Polandball art style, in my opinion. This is great. The knife here, this is really well done. So you have like the darker edge of the blade, and then most of the blade is gray, and then white reflection. Really good. Frog Lord did a watercolor. That's cool. Let's take a look at this. I used to do watercolor in school when I was like in high school and middle school. This is really good. Bunch of different flowers. I really like this. Makes me want to get back into watercolor. Good job, Frog Lord. Yeah, this is very pretty. This flower I think is my favorite one. Here, let me... That one. This one's cool too. The one that's like sort of hanging down. And this blue one. Good stuff. Malik, can I add you to chat family portrait? Well, this is your self-portrait. The chat family portrait is my drawings of your profile picture, so I'll get to you at some point. But this is good. I like the blue rim glasses. This is cool. Nelson. Is this Nona Nelson? Okay. Let's pull this up. Oh, is this not a PNG? Nope, it's a WebP. Oops. Save your images as PNGs, folks. Every other file type is garbage. Only PNG. Here we go. Good evening. We are here to do interview about the upcoming game, right? Yeah. So, who do you think will win the game? Austria-Hungary. Against where? I don't know what this means. Is that against who? Yeah, against who? Who do you think? Oh, okay, I get it. So he's asking, who do you think is going to win, Austria or Hungary? But Austria interpreted it as Austria-Hungary. Who is Austria-Hungary going to beat. Ver is German word for who. Is that how you pronounce it? Ver? I don't have my headset on, so I can't hear Google Translate. But...
Against wer?
This is good. Yeah, I like this. I think you could probably get approval submission rights with this. I would submit it. This is good. Australia, Hungary. Chica and Friends. Fictional flag. Dare me to turn it into a ball. I'm not going to draw it, but I do really like this, so I'm going to show it on stream. This is a great flag. What do you guys think of this? Let's do this. I think this is a solid A tier flag. It was Chica and Friends who drew this, or came up with it. I think this is really good. I love the colors. I think purple is really criminally underused in flags. Purple and pink. And I love the design. The sun in particular, I love how there's like a rising sun within the sun. It's really cool, like a crescent moon or whatever. This is great. Oh, Chicas, you are in chat. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is really good. Good job. Yeah, almost everyone says S or A tier. Good job. Malik, we continued the loop for so long. Too much meta. Okay, let me end the stream. Or not the stream, sorry. Let me end this poll. 91% for, or 50% for A, 40% for S. Yeah, great job. This is really good. Too much meta. Yeah, I saw you guys were making a meta comic. I really like this. Okay. So it's a meta comic about stream. And there was like the original stream screenshot all the way in there, and you guys kept drawing stuff. England is stupid. What a horrible nightmare. It would be quite silly for something like that to happen. Thank you guys for voting for me. Because I know what who will win. You are all my best friends. Yes, yes, yes. You are amazing at football. Haha. Who do you want to win the Euro? Oh. Rig the vote. Bork. Ohio, New Mexico. A bunch of the crappy state flags. I think New York. South Carolina, California. Is that, God, I forget. Is that Alabama? Florida? I think that's Florida. Florida, Texas. I left for 5 minutes and I come back to this. I'm sure I'm glad I became independent from y'all. Wales, Northern Ireland. Don't draw the 50. Just draw the stars. Don't do dots either. Can't read that. Okay, chat, what else should we draw? Also, guys, if you're going to send me images on Discord, please save them as PNGs. JPEGs are a stupid file type. True. Very true. PNGs only. JPEGs are garbage. WebPs are garbage. GIFF is garbage. Only PNG. Canvas.psd. Old comic from 2012.png. France flag PNG. My latest piece _coli please check.jpg. Fantasymap.png. This is great. What about .raw? Only PNG. This is cool. I like birds. Can I draw you? This is your flag and the symbols and eye patch, plus there's a top hat. I'll get to it at some point, but here, let's show stream your fantasy flag. This is good. It's dirt, grass, sky, and then a shield. It's good. Simple. I like it. Cheek and Friends, you also hand drew Pennsylvania. Let's take a look. This is good. I like it. There's anti-aliasing though. Try using the pencil instead of the pen. Animation. New profile picture. Let's take a look. This is really good. This is great. Fantastic. I love all the lighting. Yeah, this is great. The use of shading and lighting is really good. Big fan. Nuva, you redesigned the Australian flag. I don't know that I think this is better than the current Australian flag. It's too much like the unofficial Antarctic flag. I mean, I'm assuming that was the inspiration. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what you wrote. I don't really like territory, like drawing territories on flags. I think there are exceptions where it's done tastefully. Like I think Cyprus has a great flag, for example. I think drawing the compass, I would make it more stylized. Like NATO's flag is a compass, right? Like the symbol on the NATO flag is a compass without having to use text on it. So I think you could do something like that to make it a little bit better. I don't know that I think this is better than the Australian flag, to be totally honest with you. Like it's nice, but it's Kid Friends official. Please don't spam. Unofficial Antarctic flag changed. Yes, we know. We drew. Why does Nightbot not catch this stuff? Please don't spam. Time out. When you guys spam, it means that I can't see. Like I'm seeing even fewer chat messages, and it's already hard to keep up with everybody in chat because the stream has grown quite a bit in the past couple of months, and I feel bad that I can't read everything. So when you spam, it means that I can't see other people's messages. But I mean, the territory that you drew of Australia is nice. It's clean. It's simple. Pyro, can I look at this? Draw a country ball. This is a template that we've put up before. A favorite. Is this what? Macedonia? Ancient Macedonian Empire or whatever? And what is that? I don't know. Want to visit Italy, live in US, design you like, Nepal, rarely draw Sealand, historical, Mongolia, never drawn, Maldives, from your continent, Honduras, I think. Your choice, Napoleonic France. This is really well drawn. This is really good. I think I've pulled this on stream before though. This looks familiar. Jacob, Southern Michigan art. This is good. Your drawings have gotten a lot better. This cube is good. The Ohio is good too. Maybe one or two more stripes, but it's good. Wisconsin. I think you misspelled Wisconsin, but yeah, Wisconsin's got one of the worst state flags. Hold the line, defend Michigan. Oh, is this your propaganda poster? I like it. The North Star changes positions every 26,000 years. It will be Polaris again in another 26,000 years. It's interesting. (1848) is that the one year with many revolutions? In Europe, yes. Not in the U.S. Lansing shall never fall. Sphinxon, can I review your entry? Yes. Might still change it a bit, but it's pretty much done. This is gorgeous. The capitalists want us to kill each other in their wars so that we do not see who our real enemy is. No war but class war. Very, 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 very well done. This is... I love how... one, I love the font. It's like... reminiscent of like a Cyrillic font, but, you know, in English. Using the Latin alphabet. Hammer and sickle. We've got a wrench, a rifle, another gun, and a torch. Top hat with a $sign, US and Russia. So, I understand like where socialists and communists and other leftists like anarchists or whatever come from with the idea of no war but class war. But there are states that have divergent interests. I mean, war is obviously not good. Wars happen because everything... Wars are a form of conflict resolution. It's just the last step, right? It's... If you can get what you want, or you can compromise before getting to that point, then you don't go to war, right? War is generally like a last resort. I mean, wars are going to happen no matter what. It's we are a very, very violent species. It's just evolutionarily ingrained into us. I don't think we will ever eradicate war. But like the idea that nation states or whatever, that war between nation states is like functionally pointless. I don't know if that's what you're trying to say here. But for example, if we're looking into like Ukraine as a proxy war between the US and Russia, it's not just like both countries are pursuing their naked national interests. You know, it's the survival of another state is at stake, and its people and its agency and their self-determination. But yeah, like no war but class war, I think is a relatively, you know, noble kind of aspiration. But human society will always have class in some way, right? Like even in supposedly classless societies or societies that nominally strive toward having a classless society, like the Soviet Union, there was still class. You know, if you were a member of the Politburo, you were living a better materially than, you know, a factory worker. We'll never get rid of class, unfortunately. I wish, you know, I would love a utopian sort of egalitarian society like Star Trek, but I think it's a pipe dream. But that doesn't mean like we can't strive for it, you know? We can always improve ourselves and our societies. But I am getting on a tangent here. This is a great propaganda poster. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. Am I Polish? I am not. I'm American, and I don't have any Polish heritage. But yeah, this is great. Good job. I think this is Tex-Mex? Mex-Tex? Tex. The sun will soon rise above British Malaya. Okay, so yeah, you have Japan, British Empire. This is really well done. I like this. This is a really, really good style. Cartoony. Simple, but there's still a good amount of detail here, right? Like the wrinkles under the eyes, the little tufts of grass, and here, see how this part of the bush sort of tapers toward the end? Really good. Malik, you redesigned the Turkmenistan flag. And then you also drew Palestine. Let's take a look at these. Turkmenistan flag redesign. Infinitely better than the current Turkmenistan flag. But that's a very low bar. I'm not a huge fan of horizontal tricolors, but this is better than the current Turkmenistan flag. I think it might be a little bit too busy. See, like, The positioning is a little bit weird because you have like this little sliver of red, and I think that just makes it look a little bit more complicated than it actually is. So I'm not sure that I'm a huge fan of this, but it's definitely an improvement over the Turkmenistan flag for sure. And then you drew Palestine. This is really good. The background and like the foliage is really cool, and then the lighting, of course, is cool. But this looks like advanced tools used for the lighting. But still, it's good. I like it. Tex, you remade the Sami comic? This is an old burn-made comic. Sami Ball, what are you doing up there, always alone in the forest by yourself? Are you eating mushrooms? No. And it's not showing the GIF, but you can sort of see, like, it's supposed to change colors like this. This is good. That's one of my favorite burn maids. Smokey, rate your epic Dublin flag. This is a solid F tier, I'm sorry. But I know that you're sort of taking the piss. Yeah, this is bad. It's not great. I like this shade of green from the Dublin flag. Oh, Tex, that wasn't your submission. This is your submission. Your propaganda poster. Let's take a look. For our freedom. Forward with the Czechoslovaks. This is good. I love this checker pattern. It's like the transparent pattern. This is really, really good. I love this. I love the sky here. Good job. CHCH. Just a French dude. Yeah, let's take a look. This is good. Oh, it's not a PNG. CHCH, you should know better. Of all people. Of all people, you should know. You saved it as a JFIF. Just type of JPEG, I guess. Here, save it as a PNG. Let me pull it up. Oh, whoops. Here it is. This is good. Solid beret. Big fan. I like the shading on the inside of the eyes as well. It's really cool. You thought you did. You broke the rule. Yeah. This is really well done. I love the shading. It's great. What is this stream about, Ananas? I was taking requests from chat to draw, but now I'm reviewing some chatters' artwork. That's going to be the last thing I'm doing on stream. So I'm done drawing for tonight. But I was drawing chat requests. Irish Antarctica. Let's take a look at Irish Antarctica. What a term. Antarctica. I have no idea how to pronounce this in Irish. I don't know a single Irish word. I'm so sorry. But Tex made this. This is really good. This is cool. And then Malik. Poland, rectangle, Russian Empire, Soviet Union, US, Vietnam, Britain, Imperial Japan, one of the atomic bombs, and then the sun. Yeah. It's funny. This should be Imperial Germany, not rectangle. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be historically accurate, whatever. Frog Lord. Can you tell stream that if you get on starboard, you'll make a Polandball watercolor painting? Alright. Get this to the starboard in the streaming hub channel. I would love to see a Polandball watercolor. This is really good. Kiwi and watermelon. That's awesome, man. I really like it. Radioactive potato. Can I review your art? Did you send it to me? I went through basically everything in the streaming hub channel. All right. I think that's going to be it for me, you guys. This was a longer stream than I was planning on, but I've got some other stuff I've got to do. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we'll do our propaganda poster contest. You have 2 hours and 18 minutes to finish your contest entries. You can put it in the contest entries channel in Discord, or you can mail it to me at kolipb@gmail.com. And I'll collect them all tonight, and then we will do the contest tomorrow. We'll try and keep it quick. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday and your Saturday for those of you who are ahead of me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, guys.